Once there was a businessman, Anderson, who lived with his only daughter, Kate. Kate was 10 when her mother, Elizabeth, passed away. Since then, she has been looked after by her nanny, Mrs. Ella. Now, Kate was 13. Anderson loved her very much and treated her like a princess. One evening, Anderson hesitated and said,
"Kate, I am marrying Catherine. She will take care of you, like your mom would."
Kate's eyes widened.
She can be your wife, but not my mom.
She ran from the room, leaving Anderson silent. Soon, Anderson married Catherine. At breakfast, Catherine smiled gently.
"Good morning, Kate. Would you like some pancakes?"
Kate pushed her plate slightly away.
"You don't need to worry about me,"
she said coldly. Anderson sighed, but didn't argue. Months passed. One day, Catherine and Anderson received happy news. Catherine was expecting a baby. That night, Anderson came into Kate's room.
"Kate, you're going to have a brother or sister soon."
Kate's face lit up.
"Really, Dad?"
"Yes, my dear,"
Anderson said, smiling.
"I'm so happy. I'll take care of Mom."
"Yes, of course. You'll be a great sister."
Anderson smiled. The next morning, Kate greeted Catherine warmly.
"I'm so happy, Mom. A baby is coming."
Catherine smiled, and Anderson felt relieved. Soon, the baby's arrival neared. One evening, Mrs. Ella was dusting in the lounge. Kate was reading her storybook in the lounge, when suddenly Catherine fell to the floor. Catherine shouted,
"Oh no!"
Kate dropped her book and ran to her. She bent down, trying to help her. Mrs. Ella rushed over too. Just then, Anderson arrived. Catherine cried out, pointing at Kate.
"Anderson! She pushed me! Our baby!"
Kate's eyes widened.
"Me?"
Anderson helped Catherine to her feet. His voice rose.
"Kate! Did you do this?"
"No, Dad. I didn't. You can ask Aunt Ella."
Anderson looked at Mrs. Ella. She lowered her head silently. His face darkened.
"You pushed Catherine? You could have harmed our baby. I can't tolerate this. You're going to boarding school. Pack your things."
Kate's mouth fell open.
"Dad. No. Please."
Anderson didn't reply. He took Catherine to her room, while Mrs. Ella slowly walked to the kitchen, avoiding Kate's eyes. Kate stood frozen in the lounge, tears welling up, feeling her world collapse. Anderson admitted Kate to a school in another city. After 2 days, it was time for her to leave. Mrs. Ella and Catherine stood on the porch. Kate looked at Mrs. Ella with empty eyes. Mrs. Ella lowered her head. Kate sat in the car.
Mom, I'm going. This is not my home anymore.
The car slowly drove away, taking Kate farther from the home she had loved. At boarding school, Kate made friends. But inside she was sad. One day, the housemistress called her to the office.
Kate, your father hasn't paid last month's fee. We tried contacting him, but couldn't reach him. Do you have another number?
Kate nodded, worried.
Yes. I'll call him.
Kate called Anderson.
Dad, you didn't pay my fee yet.
Oh, I forgot.
Anderson replied.
Sarah was just born. So I've been busy. Don't worry, I'll pay it soon.
Kate ended the call, tears flowing down her cheeks.
Dad, did you forget my fee or me?
That night, she couldn't sleep. The next day, Anderson paid her fee. But Kate still felt worried about being forgotten. One evening, Kate sat in the lounge. A girl, Emma, looked worried over a math problem.
Kate, can you help me?
Emma asked. Kate smiled.
Of course.
She patiently explained the problem. Emma's face brightened.
Can I take tuition from you every day?
Kate nodded, smiling. One night, while lying on her bed, Kate noticed her roommate Julie looking tense.
Julie, what's wrong?
Kate asked softly. Julie sighed.
I get nervous facing the teacher and my classmates. I can't read aloud. And if I don't understand a topic, I can't ask. I'm very shy.
Kate placed a hand on her shoulder.
Don't worry. I'll help you.
She started guiding Julie, showing her how to speak with confidence and face the class without fear. At the end of the month, Emma and Julie brought their tuition fees. They also brought chocolates and some small gifts. Kate tried to refuse.
No, I can't take these.
Emma spoke.
Kate, please don't refuse. You've helped me so much. This is your fee, you should take it.
Julie nodded.
Yes, Kate. We really appreciate you.
Kate smiled and accepted the gifts. Soon, other girls began coming to Kate as well. Some came for tuition, while others came for guidance. Kate paid her fee 2 months in advance. She told the house mistress,
Ma'am, please, from now on I will pay my own fee.
The house mistress looked at her and nodded slowly. Just a week later, Anderson came to the school office. The housemistress called Kate. Kate entered and saw her father. Anderson asked,
Kate, why did you pay your fee? Where did you get the money?
Kate looked at him calmly.
Dad, I earned it by giving tuition. Please don't worry about my hostel expenses. You have your family now. Sarah and Aunt Catherine.
Anderson looked shocked.
Kate. I forgot your fee. I said Sarah was born, and I was busy.
Kate spoke.
Dad, I don't want to irritate you about my expenses. I don't want to be a burden. Your family should matter more.
She turned slowly and left. The housemistress shook her head sadly. Anderson stood silent. Years passed. Kate completed her graduation and became a motivational speaker. She built tuition campuses in different cities and became known all over the country. Sarah, now 16, admired Kate very much. She loved her sister deeply and wanted to meet her. One evening, Sarah was watching TV when she saw Kate invited on a show.
Dad! Dad! Come quickly!
Sarah shouted. Anderson came and sat down beside her. Catherine was also there. Mrs. Ella served tea and snacks. Sarah grabbed a cookie and said eagerly,
Dad, at Grandview Hotel. Sis is giving a speech this Sunday evening. I really want to meet her.
Anderson nodded slowly.
Okay, but I don't know if she will meet you or not.
Sarah's face fell.
At least we can try.
Anderson sighed and nodded. Sarah turned to Catherine.
Mom, you will go?
Catherine nodded. Mrs. Martha said,
Sir, I will go as well.
Anderson looked at her and said,
Okay.
On Sunday evening, they reached the Grandview Hotel. Kate stood on the rostrum, speaking confidently about girls' independence, education, and believing in themselves. The audience listened, inspired by her words. After the speech, as Kate stepped down, Anderson arrived with Sarah. Catherine and Mrs. Martha were with him. Anderson smiled.
Kate, this is Sarah. Your sister.
Sarah hugged Kate tightly.
I wanted to meet you, sis.
Kate smiled gently.
You can come anytime.
A handsome young man stepped forward. Kate looked at Anderson.
Dad, this is Daniel, my fiancé. We're going to marry soon.
Anderson's face brightened.
Congratulations.
Catherine spoke softly.
Are you upset with me?
Kate shook her head.
No. I pray for your long life. father isn't the same when mother is gone. I don't want Sarah to go through what I went through.
Catherine couldn't say a word. Anderson's face fell. Kate headed toward the gate. Just then, Mrs. Martha called.
Kate, please forgive me.
Kate looked at her and smiled sadly.
I always treated you as my mother's sister. I have no complaints. When Dad isn't mine, why complain about others?
Mrs. Martha's face fell, and Anderson's went pale. Kate walked out, holding Daniel's hand, calm and strong. Moral: every bond needs love, or it can slip away.